This is the Hidden VTuber channel. I'm Hidden, and today we're going to be on the ranked grind in Vanguard Zero. We're taking a brief break from playing Monster Hunter Rise to get some grinding done, because I kind of want the promo. That's not what I wanted to click. Also, welcome to the English version of Vanguard Zero. What did I want to click? Season rewards. Right, so we are wanting the card that was in the thumbnail. Zerachiel. What's the full name? Hang on. Which way is it? So, Solidify Celestial Zerachiel. It's a key card in the Celestial Angel Feather deck. Basically, what it does is it swaps a rear guard with a card from your damage zone at the start of your battle phase, and it gives your units power. So it just gives you a huge jump in consistency compared to a lot of other decks. The only other deck which can really pull cards out of nowhere like that is Grand Blue, probably, with Captain Nightmist, but that costs a counterblast. This does not cost anything. So yeah, I have one copy from my pulls. I have gotten the one copy from the level 10 reward, and we're almost at 20. I kind of need the fourth copy because you need a copy of itself in the damage zone for its effects to fully take effect. So I'm wanting to climb up to level 30, Legend 30 even. And there is not long left to do it, so I need to get a move on. So we are going to just jump into some games. I have been using Nubatama exclusively to do the grind, and I did manage to finish the deck. I did need to spend our kind of one triple R's worth of materials, which we got from the event to get the 4th break ride, this unit here. But yeah, we have the deck finished. This build is a little bit different from what I've seen people running in the deck lists, which players have submitted to the game. You can kind of view those. Where is it? It's kind of back out here. On this forum list, where you can post your decks up and people can like them if they want. Yeah, if we filter for... Can we filter on clan? Here, okay. So if we filter to Nubatama, and let's see, this has a lot of thumbs up. So this, they're actually running a very similar grade 3 lineup to me. What you'll see a lot of other people doing is they'll run 4 of the Break Ride, 4 of Kabuki Kongo, and 4 of Yozakura Kongo with only the one Void Master. But I think this is a bit better. Void Master is useful on the rear guard. You can usually avoid riding it when you don't want to. Usually. You are at the mercy of the RNG, either way. But this is something like this is what I prefer. And in the grade 1 space, this individual is actually doing something rather interesting. They're only running 3 Fuki, which I disagree with, because Fuki is important to get consistently. You want to get at least 1 off each game, and then the Dreadmaster and Sakura Fubuki count. Dreadmaster being the counterblast to when an attack boost hits and at the start of your opponent's next turn, they discard a card, and the Sakura Fubuki being the 8k vanilla. This is a bit of a toss-up in terms of what you run. I don't think you need this many Dreadmaster, because you don't have the counterblast for it. Some games you can just tempo, and if you hit heals, you can use Dreadmaster and Voidmaster's effect. They kind of share the same effect. 3 times, that will often be enough if you're kind of both equal in advantage in terms of the triggers you've pulled. But otherwise, I kind of like more of the 8k vanilla. Also, of note, this person is running for Kokujo. When an opponent's card is bound, it gets plus 3k till the end of the turn. It was feeling more situational for me than not when I've been playing the deck. So if we go back over to my list whenever the game feels like loading the next screen in, I'm playing on BlueStacks, and it has been a bit sluggish, switching between the menu screens. Don't know why. I didn't think it had been before, but maybe I just didn't notice. But yes, you can see I'm running 1 Dreadmaster because I've got the 4 Voidmaster there. I'll probably find one of those 5 cards if I want to use that effect during a game. And I'm running 4 of the 8k vanilla. This could be 2-3 instead of 1-4, but in Vanguard Zero, numbers are king. You want to hit the magic numbers of 16k and 21k. In a pinch, if you have to put one of these in front and behind in a column, that makes 16. You can't usually do that with grade 1s, so it's situational, but it can come up. Also, it can mess with people early game. And I'm also not running Kokujo at all. I'm just running Tamahagane because it's good, and then all 10k vanillas. The reasoning behind this is 10k vanillas are just good. Again, numbers are king. That kind of mentality. If your opponent isn't running 10k vanillas and they can't find boosters, or if you manage to get rid of their boosters, then they could have some trouble. And it's just a case of, if they can't get rid of your interceptors easily, they then have to swing into your interceptors with the Vanguard, and then hope for triggers so that they can do things with their rearguard, which they'd normally be doing with their Vanguard. And on the grade 3 lineup, the list we saw before was running 2 Kabuki Kongo and 3 Yozakura Kongo. I originally, in the event video, in the event stream even, we did a stream, not a video, I said I intended to run 4 Yozakura Kongo. But that doesn't work out very well. I've realised that actually, because the number of cards you gain in Zero is as low, a lot of the time Yozakura Kongo's effect is dead because it has the 4 or more cards in hand requirement for your opponent. Also, it costs you a card, which isn't great when you're kind of competing kind of on the very edge of what you can manage in terms of pulling your opponent's advantage down and also surviving. On the other hand, Kabuki Kongo, it doesn't do a whole lot for closing out the game immediately, but if your opponent just doesn't have those cards in hand, you can throw it out, you can get some of their back row rear guards off the field into the drop zone, and regardless of whether or not your opponent has any rear guards out, you can still get the 10k. So in a pinch, you can counterblast to get the 10k to push further, maybe finish out the game when you wouldn't be able to with your Zakura Kongo because you weren't able to use its effect because of the 4 or more cards in the opponent's hand condition. And this has one more niche but important function, that being if you're playing against Chaos Breaker, you can get their Palladiums off the field. We may or may not get to show off that it's very, very situational, but it can get their Palladiums off the field and mess up their plays quite a bit. If you survive. So, we are going to try and climb with this. It's a bit of a struggle. I'm not going to lie. When I said this is a C tier deck, I stand by that assessment. It's a much more combo-based deck than its real-life counterpart, and even then it was a bit of a combo-based deck. Oh, we have the Link Joker deck. Kaze ni natte, become the wind. And alright, this works. I'm not going to mulligan this. We can get some early binds going, maybe. If our opponent... Okay, yeah, we can. Or maybe we can't. That's interesting. I am very confused because that's not the Schwarzschild Dragon Chain Grade 0, but that is the Schwarzschild Ride Chain Grade 1. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing in. Okay, Colony Maker gone. Alright, there's Gravity Collapse Dragon. So, our Grade 0 is locked. That's interesting. Running the hand filter Grade 0 instead of the Ride Chain Grade 0. I suppose it makes sense. This is a lucky top deck. Otherwise I'd have to ride Tamahagane and then waste its effect entirely. So... yeah, hello. Okay, so this is fine. We're just gonna swing in again. Opponent did get the heal last turn. That's kind of a whatever. I'd rather than get it early than late, I suppose. I just don't want me to be healing early too much, because if I can't get to limit break, that can be a problem for the late game if I have to end up stalling out, or if I have to just let my opponents do what they want. That said, there. Okay, that's not too bad. I do want a non-Break Ride Grade 0 that isn't Voidmaster at some point, though. Like that. Alright, what do I want to do here? I can drop a Voidmaster and then... do I want to play for the Yozakura Kongo? Do I want to play for the Yozakura Kongo? I don't know. Either way, I kind of need to push. Tell you what, yeah. I'll play for the Yozakura Kongo for now. So I do need to get a hit in this turn, so I don't fall too far behind. What was that about not wanting to heal early? I don't really want to let Link Joker do what it wants. I want to be able to starve it early, but yeah, that's clearly not happening. So they've gotten 2 draws on the damage checks. They are dropping a lot of grade 3 rearguards though. And that Palladium back there. Oh, they are dropping their entire hand. I would like to get rid of this gravity ball dragon to mess up this column, but it might be important to get the Palladium off the field. I don't know. For the moment, I think the priority is the gravity ball dragon, though. So, what's this? So we're not riding this turn. Let's. Yeah, let's get that off the field. Let's Kuki. And what else do I want to do? I need to hit the Vanguard this turn, so yeah, we're gonna do this. And we're just going to clear away what our opponent has on the field. We are going to keep them at 3 damage for now. Yeah, this is fine. And actually, that's fine as well. I don't mind that too much. Because if they get me to limit break, then I can deal them the 3rd damage without pushing them to limit break and starve them for a turn. That opens up the play for me to kind of push their damage up the next turn after that. They're low on resources. That would be the ideal if they could... If they wanted to drop their entire hand this turn. Okay, so they're either denying me or pushing me to 3. Okay. Dang. Alright. How many Chaos Breakers have we seen? 1, 2, 3. So there's still one somewhere. What do I want to do here? Tell you what. Do I risk letting them put me to 5? This feels a bit risky because my hand's full of 3s. I don't have many interceptors. I might need to push or risk being tempoed. Okay, yeah, I just need to hit them this turn, I think. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That is very good, we needed that. A non-Void Master rides to break right onto. This is acceptable. Okay, Gravity Collapse. That's the 2nd SP Gravity Collapse. That's very nice looking. Where's the other one? Insult? Yeah. Okay, they can hit us through that. Best move 21 anyway. Okay. This is scary. No doubt about that. So, yes, we want to break right. We... Ooh, hang on. We... are going to... not that. We're going to do this. Swing here. And our opponent is going to 5. That's... Don't want to see that right this moment. That's kind of the worst time for them to be seeing a troll trigger. Let's put it here. And we're spending the rest of our soul to get rid of these two cards. The Palladium that was on the rearguard circle here, and the Krypton from hand, and they discarded a Gravity Ball. Okay. They must be confident they don't need the boosters, or they have too many boosters. Okay. So they're going to triangle lock us by the looks of it. Yep, lock, and they'll probably... Maybe they won't, because that leaves them with only 2 cards in hand. They need to discard 2 for Chaos Breaker. Maybe I should have kept... No, I should have kept the Tamahagane in hand. Oh, okay. So they're confident I can't hit their Vanguard. Which, hey, it makes sense. I'll need to rely on a heal here. I don't have any left, actually. The remaining 2 are in my hand. Yeah. They were confident they could close out the game, and I'd agree. Yeah, that wasn't an ideal flow for us. Maybe I should have held off on pushing their damage up. And held them at 3... Yeah, so that I could hold them at 3 on my break ride turn, rather than having to push up to 5 on that turn. Because that... Well, like I wanted to in the first place, but... Could I have survived doing that? Maybe. It would have been super risky. At the time, when I did that, I only had the 1 grade 2 in hand. Then we managed to find 2 others. So I could have played for that. But if I hadn't gotten that, then we would have lost in that scenario either way. And we had no heals left. This is... I could keep this hand. Don't particularly want to. Yeah, we're keeping it. Do we see Morganrow? No, that's Battle Riser. Alright. So this might actually be a Riser deck, rather than a Blau deck. The only real significant difference early game is if I see Morganrow, I kind of need to damage deny and not hit them. The reason being, Morganrow lets you counterblast on hit to check the top 3 for any Blau card, add it to hand. If they're grabbing whatever they want off the top of their deck every single turn, then Nubatama who wants to, you know, reduce their card advantage, it's not going to work. The deck straight up fails to do anything in that scenario because your opponent just has too much advantage for your effects to make a difference, and then you're reliant on trying to just hit them hard enough to end the game, which also doesn't work because they can hit harder. Okay, so that was... we saw the Break Ride, I think that was. The Blau Break Ride. Could be wrong. Hungry Dumpty. Okay. So they've made the 15 column here. They countercharged with the Hungry Dumpty. They boosted with the Battle Riser, so that's going back to deck as a stand trigger at the end of the turn, but that crit trigger? What? Why are you running crit triggers? That's unexpected. Okay. Okay. This is dicey. Okay, could force them to work for the Perfect Riser, assuming there is a Perfect Riser coming. Yeah? Yeah. So, we're taking this Burst Riser away, and so that we can actually make proper use of our Soul Blast 2, we'll find that as well. Do I keep the Tamagan in the back? I think I do. Yeah. And then we pray they don't get defensive. Cool. That's 2 perfect guards gone, no defensive, so this can hit without us needing to rely on a trigger of our own, which is a good thing. Our hand is full of grade 3s. 3rd PG in a row damaged. Ouch. Our opponent is not having a good day. This over here, you never want to see this in your own damage zone. Okay, so they're going into Mond. The Blau Break Ride. So this is the unnerfed Mond Blau Kluger. In the Japanese version, which is a couple sets ahead, this Break Ride is nerfed to only work if you ride onto a Blau Vanguard, because it gets broken as soon as Immortal Zerachiel is released. Similar situation with... Oh. Alright. Okay. Nice. Well, I say nice, it's not very nice. Yeah, Break Ride onto Break Ride. It's our best play. Okay. This could be bad. I have a decision to make. Do I hold him at 3 and then probably die next turn? I could risk it. Although if I don't hold them at 3, I'm probably going to die next turn anyway, because I've only got 1 PG in hand. I think we're holding at 3. So it's super iffy play, because I'm dependent on being able to deal the straight 3 damage next turn. Which, if they get even 1 Interceptor, that plan's not working. But if I think I die, if I let them... Actually, no. They end up with 2 cards in hand. They need to break ride 1, and then have 2 in the front row. I don't think they can kill me. Unless this is a drop trigger. Okay. Not holding it at 3. This is super risky. Okay, so they kept their break ride target. Assuming they had one. I wasn't paying attention to what was bound with Kujikiri Kongo's effect. Not riding. They had it, but they're not doing it. So they're probably just going to play the 2 cards down and hope... They're hoping I don't have a PG so they can deal me the 6 damage. Yeah, there it is. Burst Riser, Counterblast 1 to get plus 1k. It's not good, but you have to run it in a deck which runs Perfect Riser because it requires the Riser name. Okay, no stands trigger. They were running the stands. And their heal didn't go off because they had lower damage. And they have no boosters. So, I think we are done here. We ride onto Capital Congo so that we can counterblast for the numbers. And then just call a field. Swing in. No trigger, so swing in with our other rearguard column. And if they get a heal, we can hit them with our Vanguard column as well. Okay, nice. Alright, so we did get the damage in that turn. I was worried about them having the 4th PG, but I think it was the right call to just push them in the end, which meant that actually it made the call a bit late, because if I hadn't got a trigger on my rearguard, I couldn't have hit them on the previous turn to send them to 4. Yeah, it was a bit of a toss-up between holding them at 3 so that they could, for sure, not kill us on the following turn, because anything could have killed us. Yeah, they might have needed to damage a draw trigger to kill us. Maybe. I'm not sure. But I think that was right. So it was a risk, but it paid off. Okay, get another win. That's us to Legend 19. Shouldn't have said that. Jinxed it now, haven't I? The Desire Sensor knows. Watch me normal troll all my grade 3s. Draw trigger into all my heals. That's how the game works. I did have a game like that yesterday. That was horrible. This we will keep. And Narukami is scary. Yep, there's Linchu. Linchu can't hit the first Vanguard, so Kuroko is safe from Linchu. Not anything else though, so Lorentz Force we are scared of. But to be honest, we kind of have to hit them. Narukami can murder you very, very fast. If you don't keep pace, then you're in trouble. That's Dungaree. Yep, that is base Dungaree. Okay. Interesting. Okay. We also get a dead heal on our first damage. It's fair enough. How badly do we want to push them? I have 1 PG and a number of grade 2s, so I might be able to afford to push them harder than not. Okay. That's an expected trigger. You roughly expect your opponent to hit a trigger 1/3 of the time whenever they perform a trigger check. So about 1 in 2 cards is close enough. Yep. They hit my interceptor. That is expected. That's also good because I don't have a grade 3 that has built-in drop zone. No, built-in bind zone retire. This is the card which gets power when something's retired. No Lorentz Force on field though. That's good for our Kuroko. Alright. And here. Here. Yeah, let's go for that. Spooky. Alright, we hit another Rising Phoenix. That's a super meh bind, but have to live with it. Also, pray our opponent doesn't get the defensive. They do. Okay, so we need a trigger. And we have about a 60% chance to hit one. Don't hit one. Okay, that's very bad. They get those cards back now. That's sad. Oh, they go on to the break ride though. So this still isn't the end of the world. Not yet. Yeah, still not the end of the world. We can. We can push. They're considering whether or not to hold me at 3 damage. Okay, they are. Good thing too, that Kabuki Kongo would have wrecked their field. What we are going to do is, I think we just push up, because we have no choice. Yeah, this, and basically we have to do a Soul Blast 2 for the 1 removal, I think. Actually, no, we probably don't. I think getting it off the board is good enough, so that it doesn't benefit from the break ride. Oh, that hurts. That really does kind of hurt. This is a tough decision here. I think they can have it back. Yeah, they can have it back. And next turn we need to top deck into something which can hit things. Oh, right. So, Blowing Saber, Dragon first, they can lock 2 of the rear guards, cannot blast 1 to get plus 10k, and retire 2 of our rear guards. Combined with the retire from the Break Ride, that is our field gone. So yes, we do need to top into things which can hit the front row. Okay. Okay. This thing has triggered, and they're wondering whether or not to use it. Or whether to use this. Thing is, if they use their Vanguard spec, Vowing Sabers even, their lock is this column, their entire column. Which means, yeah, it kind of has the same effect. Okay. What? What? Wow, you're super confident you can kill us with 2 attacks on. Oh wait, it has to be eradicated. Right, they need the eradicated name, so they can't lock the Phoenix. Okay, that makes sense now. Oh, well, it does scare me that they didn't just plonk any random eradicator in the back row to lock it. I smell PGs. Okay, there's 1 PG. This is a bit of a struggle with Kurokogon. We can only find 2 things. So, sadly, we end up giving our opponent the ability to rearrange their field. But we can take away cards with the eradication name. Hang on. I could take the PG or the starter. I'm gonna take the PG. It takes the choice away from our opponent as to whether or not they're going to call the PG. So, yeah. Because they do need the Eradicator name, we've just taken 2 Eradicator name away from them. One of them was the PG, which they were unlikely to put on the field, but now they don't get the choice. Yeah, there's another Eradicator name gone for Linchu. So they must be confident they can kill us. All they need to do is take out the Interceptor, lock 2 things, and swing with the Vanguard. And they get the crit? Do they get a crit? Oh no, they need to retire 3 or more, so they don't. But they do have the... they have the Descendants. Okay. Okay, we are dead. Yeah, we're dead. Unless we get the heal on this attack. Okay, no. Alright. If we had gotten the heal on that attack, we'd have definitely lived. This, if we heal on this, it's also fine. Actually, if we'd gotten the heal on the previous attack, we'd have died. Yes, that's how it works. We'd have died if we got the heal on the previous attack. We needed the heal on this attack. Reason being Descendant's effect. You could have swung with Descendant blank to activate its effect, and then it would get the crit and power and restand and then swing in for game. Yes. Yeah, you see the struggle here. Yes. Nubatama is not the deck he wants to do a ranked climb with. Even if you can get your combos off, it doesn't guarantee you the win, and there are decks like Narukami which just have individual cards which are probably as powerful or more powerful than what you're trying to do anyway, because they contribute directly to closing the game out. Really? Okay, so let's go back in there. Happens to find a moment where the system couldn't match us up with anyone. Happens occasionally, not very often. Okay, we have a game. So, Aqua Force. Okay, so this can go either way. It's if we get our hand, if we get the hand we want, even then it can go either way. This is not the hand we want. Ugh, this is horrible. I want to be able to make headway early, but okay, yeah, let's go with this. I want to be able to
stand up, my Vanguard.
Have a stable game at least. In terms of riding up smoothly, Voidmaster is definitely not what we want, especially against Aqua Force. That's a death sentence if we have to ride Voidmaster. Fortunately, we have a couple draws before we need. Well, we have a draw. Well, oh, hang on. 1, 2. Yes, 2 draws. Plus any draw triggers we might hit. To find a grade 3, which is not a Voidmaster. Okay. Okay. We could take away the Bubble Edge. I might do that. Yeah, so I'm going to take away the Bubble Edge, Trucker Kid. And what I'm going to do is... Oops, that's my mouse clicking when I don't want it to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the back row. And only swing with the Vanguard just to make sure I don't get blocked by a trigger like I did the other game. Which is... it just means things are super over if that happens. The reason I'm putting the 10k on the Vanguard Circle and not riding the 9k Tamahagane, which I want the effect of, is to make things awkward when they come to try and hit me, because now they need to put cards on field to boost. That said, Wheel Assault makes sense. That was the other card I was looking to maybe hold the combo for, but this is fine. I'm gonna have to re-ride onto something else. Yozakura Kongo is doing nothing without more soul. I am going to hit them this turn.
ダメージチェック
Give them some damage because they are also going to come at me next turn, I think.
ダメージチェック
Or rather, if they don't, they're going to fall a bit far behind.
スタンドアンドドロー
We are going to proc a Voidmaster on them next turn, I think.
天帝の使い青き海より現れよライド
Yeah, Transcore Dragon.
トランスコアドラゴン
So that's their Break Ride
リアガ
unit.
ードにアタック
You get the plus 10k when...
ヴァン
Oh,
ガー
sorry.
ドにアタック
I wanted.
ファーストチェックゲットドロートリガー
Field.
セカンドチェック
So when the break ridden unit swings, we discard a card other than Sentinel. Otherwise, we can't use a Sentinel, and they get a crit. That's not what it's not what anyone wants. And I said we were going to proc Voidmaster against them this turn, but maybe we're not, because we don't have a booster. We're not dropping a perfect card just to boost with. So we're gonna swing here with the Vanguard. And I was about to say, if we get the trigger, then we'll swing in with the Voidmaster. He probably won't die. Reducing them to 4 cards in hand, back up to 5 from their normal draw. Okay, Wheel Assault gone because they have one on field.
夜空の流星となり現れよライドソーハリブレイクライドテトラドライブドラゴン
Maybe it will die.
コール
Actually, it depends on what their attacks look like. If they have to swing in 1 out of 4 attacks for no damage, then we're fine, and we should be at limit break. Well, 5 attacks, but we're going to be guarding one of those. Oh? Oh?
Vanguard にアタックダメージチェック
I see. So they're going to use Wheel Assaults to swap this 8k into the front row.
スキル発動ファーストチェックセカンドチェックダメージチェック
Oh, I see. So actually this forces the discard on the breakaway. Okay. That's a pain. I don't have a lot of plays this turn. We can go this here, this here. We can risk pushing for game. Yes. If they don't damage trigger, we can push for game. So, we're going to bind that, get that off the field, put that down, put this down, because we're insane and taking risks. And then this. No damage trigger. Okay, so we can swing twice. We only have 1 card in hand. So they are praying for a heal, of which they've seen 1. They have 20 cards left in deck. So a 1 in 7 chance. Okay, no heal.
命を捨てて命を得る
Nice.
それが白
That we totally didn't do anything that game. We got the Tamahagane Huki combo off early, and that was it. That we didn't do anything special. They just couldn't go off on their break ride turn. That was more us being lucky than anything else, I think. Alright, come on, one more win for Legend 19. If this stream ends and we're still Legend 18, then I'm going to be sad.
行くでござる相手を滅ぼす強さこそ正義
We have reversed Kote. So let's see what the heck this guy is going to be running. Do I put everything back? I think I put everything back in Hard Mulligan for the break ride, because I kind of need it. Oh, that didn't go well. Oh, okay. This is the aliens deck. I've played against this twice during the entire season, or rather, well, this fortnight of the season, and I have lost both times. It kills you very fast. That's all I can say about it. Alright. Okay. This is... Alright. Are you okay there? Wait, hang on, is this Oh, are they... Is this a... VP farmer? Is this a VP farmer who has... messed up their auto clicker? It might well be. Also, if Kuriko dies this game, it dies. There's no saving it. Yes, we are going to hit the opponent. Oh, whoops, I didn't drag up from the boost, or I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm going completely mad. But they didn't hit the ride chain. Okay. Well, that happens too. Yeah, we ride onto the vanilla, and that's all we're gonna do. Well, we are going to swing. We're actually going to swing with big enough numbers this time. That was dumb. That first turn. Don't know what happened there. Brain went to sleep. Something. Not sure. Yeah, the thing about not wanting to heal too much early. Yep. Okay, that's a PG gone. By the way, original Saber Zero is scary. It gives minus 8k to something and there's one more minus power effect, that's an Intercepticon. So we are a bit scared of it. I am skipping the ride. But what I also want to do is we'll put this down, push to 3. I think I actually want to be
Vanguardにアタック。ファーストチェック。セカンドチェック。
yeah.
ダメージチェッ
I don't think I mind
ク。
doing this game. I have a PG in hand. That's some insurance. Okay, that was a Dayusha. It's not anywhere here, so I can't show you the effect. Okay, so they're sending me to 4. Dude! Fine, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold them at 3. I can hold them at 3 next turn after decimating their hand, I think. I think that's what we're going to do. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in hand, so we can do this. So, random bind 1. And yeah. Let's get rid of one of those Void Masters. Random bind 2 and 3. Random bind 4. Let's get that. Interceptor on the field. Battle. Whack this Daikaiser. And then let's get rid of all. Oh, nice. Let's get rid of all 4 of those bound cards from hand. So, yep, when your Zakura Kongo goes off, it goes off. This is definitely not something our opponent wants to see. So, their board is gone. They have 2 cards left in hand, going down to 1 for the Break Ride effect, discarding 1 to the drop zone. Then they normal draw, so they're back up to 2. And they're not at Break Ride yet. So even if they have the grade 3, they cannot capitalize on it. Alright, they got the draw trigger, that's fine. Okay, so could rewrite to look to build our soul up again, but I don't think I will. And 2. Pull that back, put an Interceptor on board, and put the Void Master out. I do need the Interceptor out to, you know, not die too fast. But we do want the Void Master effect. And this is fine. Even if they, like, 2 cards in hand, they can't do much. They need to spend 1 break riding, then call something. Then I clicked through the animation. Sorry. Have I been clicking through the animations? I probably have been, out of habit, from when I've been grinding off screen. Okay, so there's the -8k from the break ride. Okay.
リミットブレイク。ヴァンガードにアタック。ダメージチェック。ヴァンガードにアタック。ファーストチェック。セカンドチェック。ドロートリガー。インポ。立てる術。
Yeah, they're putting decent aggression out for only having 2 columns and on the break ride turn, but there is pretty much nothing they can do. We are going to re-ride for the power. As I was saying, you can use Capital Congo's limit break for numbers, even if you are not wanting to and let's try that. Bind that. Boost with this. Yeah, even if you're not wanting to actually bind stuff to bind stuff, you can do it for the power. So, attack 1 hit the Vanguard. No damage trigger. Other rearguard column. No PG. Well, they find... No, all of their heals are out, so they can't heal. Okay. So they were super dead there the moment they didn't have a PG in hand. So yeah, that's an instance of your Sakura Congo going off and it working very well. Yeah, the negative power effect of the aliens build really needs you to be able to fill your columns to do anything with it. Oh, 50 gems. Legend 19, that's nice. 1 rank closer to 30. Don't know how I'm going to get to 30 before, what is it, the end of Thursday? Or something like that. Gonna need to get my grind on in the evenings if I want to get there. Maybe not with Nubatam, I might have to switch back to Link Joker. That said, my polls have been non-existent for Link Joker. I sunk, what, 100 packs? 100 free packs into going first. How hard do I want to push going first? Probably not very. Yeah, pay that back. Second PG out could limit our aggression early, but that's fine because that's a Morganroth. So we are wanting to find... we are wanting to find a Huki or a second Tamahagane, so that we can get full value out of our Soul Blast 2. Also, if we find the Fuki next turn, then we can get the Morganrow off field immediately, which would be amazing. We didn't. So we're going to ride the 10k and pass turn, and just not let them get Morganrow off at all. Next turn we can ride up to grade 3. We might be spending Counterblast 2 to retire just the Morganrow, but we cannot let them make use of it. That's just a thing we can't do. Okay. Oh, nah. Alright, so we are going to... yeah, we are going to do this. And just trade for the Morganrow alone. I could risk the trigger. Tell you what, we're gonna risk the trigger. because we're going to struggle in this matchup anyway. Come on, really? Yeah. Okay, that happened. That is pretty much game over. I thought I was over. I thought I was okay risking it, but apparently not. I mean, the odds were in my favour on that, but that's why you don't make the risky plays. But the good thing is that we can't go back down a rank, so we'll lose our 10 points, which we have now. It's Legends 19, and that'll be it. We can just climb back up from there. Yeah, this is pretty much over at this point. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw cards down. Let's attack this way around. Just not wasting them. Hey, there's a trigger. Entire turn too late, but yeah, we are at this point definitely done. There's no way we can maintain momentum with this hand here. Definitely not. So we are going to 5 in all likelihood. Or not. We're either at 3 or 4. Okay, we're at 4 damage. Our opponent's hand is huge. We could trade rear guards all day and it wouldn't matter. Yeah, we kind of have to break rise just to make something happen. I clicked out the animation again. I need to get out of the habit of doing that. We are never going to make use of the... Yeah, we don't have enough soul, actually. No, let's put it this way around. And... yes, here to here. Let's not get that the wrong way around. Oh, these are some very fortuitous heal triggers. And let's get rid of PG and Morgan Roll. Yeah. I don't want to leave them with the booster, but those are the priority targets. I can't just let him keep getting free advantage. The Dancing Wolf is going to get big and it's going to hurt, but we're just going to have to deal with it. If he goes... oh, there goes the Dancing Wolf. And I think one more. Yeah, one more. We had both Brick Rider and the Void Master wanting you to discard, so if he goes on to... oh! Galaxy. Alright. I was half expecting Earthquake Buster reverse. So when the attack of your Blau hits the Vanguard, count plus 2, discard 2, stand all the units in your middle column. Which means that you get 2 shots at Montblow Cougars Break right effect. Oh, that's this hand. Alright. Well, we're surviving. At the very least, we're surviving. Alright, we can deprive our opponent of cards. Do we do it? Yeah, we do it. So, Counterblast 1, Mifuki into Soul, Random Bind from hand, didn't hit a PG, don't know if they have one. Make this a column. Battle, swing in here. Then, how many PGs have we seen? One. I'm assuming they've got a PG. So, we do this. Because the Fuki went into Soul, we do have the Soul Blast 2 to retire on hit. And now our second attack here on the Vanguard has the power from that trigger to hit even if they hit a defensive, which they didn't. Kuruko, Soul to get rid of the Dancing Wolf and Claydol Mechanic. And do they have PG? They do. Okay, so they are now down to 1 card in hand, going up to 2 from their normal draw. What can they do this turn? Not much, I think, because I have 3 PGs in hand. I thought we were super done, but we got some super valuable heals that kept us in the game. So we're living through complete chance. That's a PG going to the bottom. They didn't hit a draw to add a PG to hand. So we've traded rear guards, dropped a PG, and they're probably considering surrendering, or they've just gone away, but that's also a thing. If they've disconnected, we're going to have to sit here and wait. I think they might just have rage quit, which, to be fair, I would also feel like rage quitting if my opponent got the heals we did, because that was the only thing which kept us in the game. Being brutally honest. We would definitely have lost the game if we hadn't gotten the heals. From the point of the defensive on our Tamahagane Fuki turn, I don't like risking it, but Nova Grappler puts out so much aggression that it's scary enough to warrant risking it sometimes. Yeah, but they just rage quit. So our turn will come around, and yeah, we're gonna skip. Put this down. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what we do there. Smack this. See if they get the heal. Nope. Okay. Okay, so won a game off the back of heals, pretty much. So, getting closer to Legends 20. Let's see if we can get the remaining... This is probably 3 games? I can't remember what the conditions are for the points you get for winning going up. But they do at some point, I believe. Or it might be based on the matchup. So your opponent's rating versus your rating, I'm not sure. I've never actually looked into it because I never really cared. Makes no difference as to whether you're... Ooh, okay. This is... I don't really like this. Tell you what, we're going to keep this. And we're just going to see how far we can get whacking our opponent over the head with it. They are running Azol. Thing is, with gold paladin, they pull so much advantage out of thin air that it really doesn't matter what you do half the time. You can get them kind of low in advantage, but Azor in particular, they just conjure a bunch of cards out of nowhere. Alright, nice. On the bright side, they are not Blaster Blade. They can't have Ruby running Blaster Blade Liberator. That's a plus. Spirit is grade 2 or greater, so they can't touch Kuroko with it. Actually, is Blaster Blade Liberator grade 2 or greater? I can't remember. Oh, okay. They are wanting to deal damage. We get the defensive, so they need a trigger to hit. Also, what was that? It was a Flare Bearers. Okay. How do we want to play this? One. 2, get rid of that booster. And 3, Huki into Soul. We now have the Soul for Kuroko. Battle Tamahagane the Interceptor, and then Vanguard boosters, yes. Let's not get that wrong again. At their Vanguard. Kuroko will go... Yeah, we don't care about the heal. Heal earlier than later is good. Kuroko goes off, and we get rid of the booster, Nimue, and the... Disciple of Pain? Yeah, which is the damage adder. Alright, we're thinking about this. You can't possibly have more than one thing right. Alright, Pelennor. Pelennor won't be doing a whole lot. What it does do is, if it's called from deck, you can ride it with its own effect, which is strong when it comes out in the middle of the battle phase. Okay. That's fine. We found another Huki, but we're not going to be making a whole lot of use of it. I keep clicking over the animations. Stop doing that. I say that every time I do it. Well, we got plenty of the animations during the event stream. We got some of them at least. Let's put that there. We might be running stands. The opponent doesn't know. They've seen... Yeah, they've only seen Voidmaster and the break ride, so they don't know what our other 2 grade 3s are. Well, they know what they are, but they don't know what triggers they are. Okay.
Vanguard Zero.
Oh, you're running crits. Do I see a critical? No. So you are 3 types of triggers. What is that? For an archer grifflet, when this unit attacks hits Vanguard Counterblast, to stand one of your other rear guards. Is that their one-off? They might be. Unless they're running an incomplete deck. We could do a Fuki turn. We're gonna do a Fuki turn. Yeah. Okay, so... Actually, we can't, because that... I goofed. So, the opponent doesn't have enough cards in hand for us to do that. That's not great. But it's fine, yeah. I'm playing too quickly, not concentrating hard enough. Okay, that was a strong heal. Our opponent has few cards, and we're about equal in damage. We only have 1 interceptor in hand though. That's a bit worrying. Oh, okay. Yes, those are interceptors, but property of Blaster Blade Spirit and Blaster Dark Spirit, this being Blaster Dark Spirit here, is if anything attacks it, it's retired at the end of the attack. Doesn't even need to be big enough to hit it. Okay, that was their 3rd heal. They checked 2 of them, ridden 1. Ooh, damaged 2 PGs, but we have the other 2 in hand already, so that's not terrible. We can deal with that. And I think we... No. No? No. Yeah, we just go straight into Kujiru Kongo. Throw out our interceptors. I am putting the Dreadmaster down. Now, I do want to make use of it. So this in combination with the Break Ride, the bind doesn't really matter. What we care about is that we now have the Break Rise discard and Dreadmaster's discard, bringing them down to 0 cards. We don't care about the bind. Yeah, okay. Don't need to use that. They're losing both of those cards anyway. A PG and a PG. Well, that hurts. Our opponent definitely was not anticipating that. Dead heal because we have higher damage. I'm not entirely dead. They get to hit our other interceptor. And that's fine because which way around do we do it? Yeah, we're doing it this way. They did have a PG in hand, but we can't push that hard this turn anyway. This here, Hookie up. Hookie up? No, we don't care about that. So, swing in here. That's fine, we don't need this. Because we have the break ride discard for the card that was bound from hand. Then these we are binding with Kabuki Kongo's Limit Break. And then getting rid of with Kuroko. And another crit. Okay. They were running 4 or 5 crits. Something around that. Hang on. There we go. Let's get rid of those. And the break ride will take care of this card here. So they have their 1 card drawn. And... Oh! Oh! The Ezel top deck. Alright, they found themselves a field off the top of their deck from 1 card. So this is what I was saying about this is what I was saying about them just finding a field out of nowhere. Damn. That's rough. Amazing for them, but very unfortunate for us. Well, okay, they're gonna do it once more so they can hit us. Assuming it's a booster or a grade 3. I mean, they have a choice from 6 cards. Oh! Jindrain, they can Soul Blast to draw 1. It could be their last PG. Don't discount it. It could definitely be the last PG. Oh, nice. Get the defensive base on the draw. And they don't hit trigger, so that's the 1 PG out of a hand. This can't hit. A hand. We don't have the soul to bind anything, but we do have a field which. So what? Let's get rid of that. Battle. We will Dreadmaster. Just to limit their plays on the next turn. And then it was the last PG. Okay. They have no more heals. This is our game. Nice. So they got more or less an ideal turn with that Ezel. Just top decking the Ezel, they found a good field, and they top decked the PG off Dindrain, but it was not enough. But yeah, I think that game we won purely because they only had Pelennor on the Vanguard circle. If they'd found Ezel early, they probably would have had a much better game. Yeah, I think that is the case. To be honest, a lot of Asia Circuit Gold Paladin's power is in Ezel itself. It hasn't been... Actually, yeah, it was super buffed. It's 11k base instead of 10k base. And the cost of its ability went from Counterblast 2 to Counterblast 1. That is a rather large buff, which it got from the real life card game. What am I wanting to do here? I think I can do this. No, I'll keep the Kabuki Congo. Alright, that's not bad. If we can find a Hookie or a different grade 2, that would be great. And they are Liberators. Okay. Right, the Josephus is a dead card in hand. It's the same as Dindrain when it comes out with a card effect, Soul Blast 1, draw 1, but it has Liberate in a name, and because it's a Liberator restricted card, it has the 7k power. And okay, so we did find a different grade 2. That's good. So we will swing in here. We do need to keep pace with Liberators because, like Ezel, they can pull a field out of nowhere. A Scrad, okay. So they could choose to push in this turn. They have chosen to push in this turn. So they swing in once here. Swing with the Scrad, deal a second damage. Get a draw trigger. That's big stonks for them. Okay, they have the option of calling their top card with the Scrad. Okay, there's the Blasted Blade Liberator. And yeah, they're going for it. And it's a card which can hit! Dang, our opponent is popping off on grade 2. That is rough for us. Sweet-chan is cute to date too. Yes. We are in trouble. We can trade a rear guard, and if we get a trigger, we can trade the other one. This is super not ideal. Okay. Or actually, I probably should have just gone rear guard, rear guard. No, it doesn't really matter. I'm not sure what we can do here. I am really not sure what we can do here. We can't Kabuki Congo because that sends cards back to their hand. Then they can limit break the Garmor to bring a new field out of nowhere while maintaining their hand. So we definitely don't want to do that. We are going to 5 damage this turn. Yeah, we are going to 5 damage this turn. Yeah, this... I think we're going to lose this game. That's what it feels like. Look at those grade 3s in hand. That is rough, and this is our... this is our... grade 3 ride turn. If I Kabuki Congo, I'd want to push in, but then that opens the field up for them to call a new field off the top of the deck. I think I have to ride the break ride and pray. This is my only intercept. I don't want to call this because it opens up the field, and then this... Yeah, we are just going to push it. I don't think we have any other way of doing things. We need to catch up in damage and prey for heals, of which we have 3 in deck, 1 in hand. And we didn't hit any triggers, so we couldn't push up anyway. Okay, this is an unmitigated disaster. Okay, there goes our interceptor. So we have 1 PG, we need to double heal. That is what we need. Why are you attacking that first? You strange individual. Okay, we only need 1 heal now. We're not going to get it, but we only need it for 1 instead of 2. Yeah, that matchup was not in our favour. If Nubatama gets rushed early, it can't really respond. If they try to rush and you get defensive, and then you can counter rush, then that is doable. But if you sustain too much damage early, then you are done. Similarly, if you heal too much early, and the opponent has enough time to just draw enough cards so that it doesn't matter how many things you get rid of, again, that's a disaster as well. The sweet spot you're looking for is to reduce your opponent's cards and then only after that push them to limit break. Oh, that's the Morgan Rock. Okay. Good thing going first is, at most, we have to only skip 1 attack. If we go second, we possibly have to skip 2 attacks. Which is extremely rough. Because Blouse can rush pretty hard. Okay, so no Huki. So we'll ride our 10k. And we'll skip our turn. We'll not let them draw our... Well, we'll not let them tutor a card off the top 3 with Mugenro. And so Blaukluge, on hit counter charge. Morganrow, on hit counterblast 1, check the top 3, add a Blau to hand. So they would get it for free if they would get it for free if we gave them counterblast. We are going to 2 damage. Dang, that's a PG over there. It's not what I want to see. Okay, so this is okay. This is okay. So what we can do is get rid of both back row. Yeah, I want this back here. And also Dreadmaster them this turn. They're gonna feel this. They are going to feel this. This was actually a surprisingly good turn. I was not anticipating this. Okay. Yeah, we'll put that there.
セカンドチェック
Pretend we have stands.
ダメージチェック
I mean, we could run stands. It's just the deck has no advantage gain to begin with, so you struggle with anything keeping pace with our opponent. Okay, nice. That's a Mars Blarkruger now. Blarkruger? Mars? Yes, Mars Blarkruger.
誰よりも輝くその姿光で世界を照らせ
Ontamond, nice.
モントブラウクリューガーに俺様ガイドアタック
And a Blarkruger to get rid of Receptor, take that away.
セカンドチェックヒールトリガー
Heal, nice. Better now than later.
ダメージチェックスタンド&ドロー
Well, yeah, I'm not Brick Rider, so I'm skipping that. And I think we start pushing.
コール
I'm going to start pushing
ヴァンガードにアタックファーストチェ
and
ック
hope it doesn't bite suddenly.
セカンドチェック
There
ド
we
ロ
are.
ートリガー
Draw trigger there is very helpful.
ダメージチェック
アタック
ダメージチェックドロートリガースタンド
That's alright. Probably. Probably going to end up trading rear guards this turn.
コールアタック
Oh, well, they're going rear guard, rear guard. Okay.
リアガードにアタックドロートリガーセカンドチェック
Hitting a decent number of draws for the amount of cards they have out of deck. That makes sense, that's fine. Again, skipping ride. I am going to... this here.
召喚の術
And put them to 3.
アタックヴァンガードにアタックファーストチェックセカンドチェック
This is a bit of a suspect situation. Okay, 1 PG gone. Good to know. I don't want to let it drag on too long.
頼んだヴァンガードにアタックセカンドチェック
Okay, so we're going to end up attacking our 8k vanilla there.
リアガードにアタック
スタンド&ドロー
Skip the right there. And this is where we have a problem. If we hold them at 3 this turn, then we're going to 5 next turn. My only interceptor is this, the Tamahagane, which doesn't let me kill off the Hungry Dumpty. So. Our only option might just be to slap cards down on the field and hope things work out.
コールスキル発動金縛りの術コールアタック
Don't hit defensive, don't hit defensive, don't hit defensive.
ダメージチェック
Okay, nice.
ヴァンガードにアタックファーストチェック
And I do want a trigger
セ
here.
カンドチェック
No trigger, okay.
ダメージチェッ
If I'd been able to pull a PG out of hand this turn, that would have been amazing. But
クスタンド&ドロー
we are probably going to die.
早くその力で銀河を
So we have 3 PGs out of deck.
ギャラクシーブラウクリューガーに
2 visible, 1 in hand. And they definitely have the hand to end this. Oh yes, this field is going to kill us quite comfortably.
リアガードにアタック。ヴァンガードにアタック。
ダメージチェック。
ヴァンガードにアタック。
Yeah. We definitely had a significant problem that game in that we
ファーストチェック。
found no PGs.
セカンドチェック。
At least in our hand, we found no PGs.
ヒールトリガー。
Oh, well, that's nice, but
リミ
you
ット
can restand your Vanguard. And I'm dead anyway.
リアガードにアタック。ヴァンガードにアタック。ヴァンガードにアタック。
Or am I?
スキル発動。
Yes, I am. This column is going to get huge.
ドロートリガー。セカンドチェック。
I need a defensive here. Nope, I'm done.
ダメージチェック。
But yeah, that game just was not in our favor. If we don't have any PGs, then the moment we push up, or the moment we don't push up, I should say, and we go to 5, we can't sustain through a couple more turns, even if we can reduce the advantage significantly. And they weren't committing to board, and we had no Yozakura Kongo. So that wasn't happening either. Yeah, the Wombo combo, bind 4 cards, retire all of them, play doesn't go off as much as you'd like. The deck does not have the consistency for that a mirror match. Alright. I'd like not to lose this. That would be great. I don't want to have to ride this Fuki. Let me top deck something else. Or let me find another Fuki. Okay. That works. Riding the Dreadmaster. They're probably running like 3-4 Dreadmaster, the usual build. Top into a human. Yay. Yeah, hello. I am willing to put you to 2 damage. That's fine. Okay, nice. Alright, so they are running their 10k vanillas, which you kind of have to. You don't have many options. Alright, Fuki down into the back row. Has a booster for Kokijo. So our 10k numbers aren't doing a whole lot right now. Right into Alright, and we are what I want to do. Let's make it double 10k. To mess with our opponent. if we can force them into playing a non-optimal field. Ah, that sucks. Unfortunate miss on the trigger for us. Please don't be playing a damage inducer. Do we have that? No, we don't. Okay. Are you only taking away the Kuroko? Because that is fine. I don't mind that. The Void Master, that's not too bad. I'd like to hit you with it, but that's really a whatever. Although the sheer lack of cards is going to be a concern. Okay, we're going down significantly in number of cards in our hand. Okay, and we need to discard. I'll go with the PG. Do I drop the PG? Do I drop the PG? Problem is, I'm not at limit break. So the Fuki currently does nothing. But he doesn't. If he re-rides, he has the soul to do things. I can't really assume that they're going to maintain enough advantage, but yeah, I'm going to drop the PG. We are going to call these. Heal trigger, okay. Let's check this. Okay, so they've seen 3 of their heals. What are they running the heals on? Void Master? Yes, the Void Master. No, we've seen 3 of our heals. They've seen 2 of theirs. 3 of theirs. That is very good for us, because that's them denies limit break, although Zakura Kongo's really not going off. Okay. Oh wait, that's not hitting because I need to limit break and it'll wipe the board. Whatever. We done goofed there. But it will probably be fine.
Vanguardにアタック。忍法限界突破の術。忍法金縛りの術。ドロートリガー。セカンドチェック。ダメージチェック。スキル発動。
I'm gonna do with these. I'll let them keep the P. Do I let them keep PG? Yeah. No, I'll get rid of it. They can keep the 2 boosters. It's not great, but we'll just have to deal with it. They got rid of it anyway.
頼んだでござる。忍法召喚の術。アタック。ドロートリガー。
Defensive. That's very nice. Although we're now losing both of our cards. This is where putting that Fuki there by accident matters. Massively.
スタンド&ドロー。
Nice, an interceptor. That is what I want to see.
忍法召喚の術。こう。
This way around? No, other way around. So, I do need to wipe your field, and then hope you don't find anything. Otherwise, I die.
リアガードにアタック。ヴァンガードにアタック。ファーストチェック。セカンドチェック。
This game is on a knife edge. This game is actually on a knife edge. Oh no! They found something big enough to kill our interceptor. And we have no heals. Yeah, this is game over. We lost the mirror. It top decks the grade 3. This is where I would sing the praises of running 10k vanillas, because in that kind of situation, it really is a case of your opponent has how many cards? About 1/3 plus probably about 2/5 of their deck at the start of the game, which can hit a 10k vanilla unboosted, but yes, they found what they needed. Okay, all the way back down. We're going to keep going for a bit longer. I mean, so far we've made a net gain of what, like 50 points? Granted, this is Nubatama we're using, but are you a VP farmer? I can't tell. Cannot tell until the game starts. I do not need to start with the Yozakura Kongo in hand. The other cards are fine. Yeah, feels like a VP farmer. I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna write this. Silent Tom exists. But that is all that matters. Yeah, this is a VP farmer. Yeah, it's rare that I see people actually running Oracle Think Tank. For some reason, when I have seen it, it's been people running Megas, but they're just kind of hang on, what do I want to put there? I'll put this here. When I see it, they're kind of running Magus, but then I've not seen them running Tom for some reason. Maybe it's just the players I've seen just haven't had Tom, and they're kind of joined the game later, and it's difficult to get a hold of. It's part of an older set which you don't really want to spend your free packs on. You can get a copy. Yeah, you can get a single copy from the tournament prizes, I think. So it might have been that they'd gotten that and that was all they'd had, so they just never saw it when I'd played them, but it is weird seeing Oracle Think Tank without Tom. It will really need to be reprinted if the game goes into Vanguard G, because it would be unfair to make players like go back into the Q4 block, like the first block of sets, just to start fishing for Tom. Shurenin Kujikiri Kongo! Okay. There's Tom. Yeah, getting 3 hits in this turn. Not that it matters. If you got an auto clicker running, doing your VP farming for you, and you're running heals and you're running PGs, you really are wasting people's time. Like, I know why people do the whole automatic ride chain plus heals plus PGs plus crits thing when they're VP farming, because it just ups the rate at which they win games against other farmers, but it really doesn't do anything except waste time for anyone who isn't VP farming. I probably should have called that down. Actually. There we go. There we go. And here's the second. It's a fun game. That's fine. You can heal, and we'll still be able to hit you next turn. Unless you double heal. That would suck. Which you can't, because you've only got one left. I mean, you could go heal PG, or PG heal, I think. Yeah, you could do that. The cards are somewhere, and they could be in exactly the right place. We don't know. Yay! Really? You're really gonna waste my time like that? There we go. Also, Imperial Daughter. Yeah, Imperial Daughter? Is that what that card's called? The grade 3, which we just saw. which was the crit at the end. That's a fun card. I want to be able to run that, but I don't have the toms to run OTT at all. But being able to run Imperial Daughter would be amazing. Just with the 10, not the 10k base, 20, is it 21k base on the opponent's turn? If you have no rear guards, or rather, at all, if you have no rear guards. That's just funny. It's less effective now that numbers have gone up, with Break Ride in the game, with Limit Breaks in the game, but it's still fun to look at. I will keep this hand. I want something other to ride. I did get something other to ride. Then the Fuki. So Grand Blue kinda doesn't matter in terms of what we get rid of. We just kind of want to reduce their advantage overall at all. I'm gonna rush because their limit break isn't this big game-ending thing. They need combo pieces to make it work. This is the on-hit camp charge. Okay. Wait, what was that? Counterblast 1, put the soul into card into soul. Mill top 2, then draw. That was one heck of a mill. Just blind mill off the top of the deck. 2 Captain Knights. That is, they are set up for the game now. That is something. Alright, let's... We kind of just have to respond. And just reduce their advantage overall. They can hit our 10k line with Captain Night Mist. Captain Night Mist is when it's in the drop zone, counterblast 1 and retire one of your units to call it from the drop zone. And if there's a copy of it in your drop zone, then during your turn it gets plus 3k, so it goes up to 11k. It is the card in it is the card in Grand Blue, which it really runs on. The other being Chappie the Ghosty. Yes, that. 6k grade 1, when it's placed, mill a thing from your deck of your choice. Super strong. So the idea is use Chappie to get your drop zone set up and then pop off. Oh, this is gonna be a rough game. We top decks Break Ride. Nothing to... Nothing to ride into though. I do need to call the Voidmaster this turn to try and reduce the advantage. Do I? Or do I just trade
頼んだでござる。こう。
No, I'm just going to trade the rear guards.
Attack.
Or go for the rear guards. Not properly trading. Hitting the other rear guard with our Vanguard. That's good. I can appreciate that. Okay, so they chose to discard the PG. That is opponent's choice. Which means they could also have another PG. They placed the Sea Strolling Banshee. They'll be retiring it for a Captain Nightmist. Or they will be retiring something for Captain Nightmist. They might keep that there. Oh, no. They're bringing out a Deadly Spirit. Okay. Well, they need to burn their soul at some point, so it's as good a time as any. Okay. Alright, so we might be able to keep them away from Limit Break for a bit longer, but we are starting to run low on cards. Okay, this is not terrible. I'd like to be able to ride into something which isn't Yozakura Kongo right now, but this is not terrible. Okay, took a Chappie. Then we're dropping a field. And yeah, we are just going for it in terms of killing our opponent's advantage. They are going to be stuck at 3, which is not good for them. And we get the heal. That is huge. Because at this point, we really don't care about Limit Break. Yozakura Kongo is doing nothing with this number of cards in their hand. And actually, we have the discard here from Voidmaster, discard from the Break Ride, so we don't need to do this. Oh ho ho ho! Okay, there's another PG. And they're going to be trading this for Captain Nightmist here, so they can trade rear guards. Thing is, their next turn is going to be pretty good. Yeah, their next turn is going to be pretty good. What they're going to do is... hang on, let's play this first. I could choose not to... push them to Limit Break, but that has its own risks. I'd be... No, they have Captain Nightmists. I'd just be dropping further behind. No, I don't want to invoke that. They have no cards. They could heal, not heal, draw. But I'm gonna bet on them not doing that. Nice. Betting on them not hitting the draw? Yeah. They're going to pop off this turn. So, okay, there's one interceptor. They've locked that. Mills top 2. Call something from drop zone, which is going to be a Sea Strolling Banshee. Sea Strolling Banshee. Soul Blast 1 to draw 1. Then, Captain Night Mist's effect, Counter Blast 1. Drop the Sea Strolling Banshee to bring Night Mist out into the front row. So that can hit our Interceptor, 10k vanilla, and then Cocytus, however it's pronounced, Cocytus reverse will. Oh! Okay. Oh, I suppose that's not once per turn, so you can continuously call field? Actually, this might be better than I thought. It's not once per turn, there's no Counterblast or Soul Blast cost, so as long as you have cards left in deck, you can just you can lock a card, call a card, lock that called card, call another card, and so on through the field. But he can't really do that, he doesn't have enough cards in deck. And just like that, he's actually in a really good position. And I am pretty screwed. How do I play this? How do I play this? I'm gonna get rid of that Sea Stroll Banshee. Thing is, it doesn't matter what I do at this point, he has the consistency to finish it. Yeah. Okay. This. Trade that. Do this for discard. Spend my last counterblast to get rid of that Sea Strolling Banshee, just to reduce the number of cards he has. This is super iffy. Thing is, he can't limit break now, or he goes to 0 cards. Because he's got 3 draws, goes to 2 in deck. So he gets his 4th Captain Night Mist. This Deadly Nightmare, trading that up for another Captain Night Mist. So he is hoping I don't have the last, or well, this PG. Is it my last PG? No, it's not. I still have unseen PGs. 2 in deck. Okay, nice. So, hang on. Does he have? What's he got? He has 1 PG we've not seen. He has no heals. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So that goes there. This goes here. Let's bind this. Get it out of the way. Battle. Hit the interceptor. Send the Vanguard to 5. Swing. And actually, we win regardless, right? Because he draws down to 0. Alright, we won by deck out. Nice. That was actually a more effective matchup than I thought. The Cocytus reverse. it's actually really good. But like milling your deck that much is a big problem. Unlike Dark Irregulars, where you're having big soul charges, you don't have the Witching Hour series or anything like the Witching Hour series to replenish your deck. Those cards generate new copies of themselves and put them back in the deck when they're placed on field. Grand Blue has nothing like that, at least at the moment. I can't remember if they do get anything later, and their finishing power isn't really existent. They have Deathseeker Thanatos, which we saw it hit and then got rid of itself, brought something else out. They have that, but that's really their only source of aggression, other than maybe some numbers on Casitas Reverse. And the original Casitas' plus 5k limit break, because it was one of those. Yeah, that was actually a surprisingly good matchup, because after reducing the advantage, yes, they could bring out a consistent defensive front row, but they can't really generate advantage to get ahead. If it turned out we didn't draw our interceptors at all, then they would outright win, because of them just having interceptors all the time. That is how they would win that matchup. But otherwise, being able to reduce their advantage down that low, the hand interference, when they has low hands and only things like their PGs in hand, that closed it out. So, let's see what we've got next. Oracle Think Tank. Their comments. Swimsuit Suiko, please. I can get behind that. Sure. Let's put that Voidmaster back. And I will keep that hand.
Stand up! Vanguard!
Okay. It would have been preferable if that Kabuki Kongo was a break ride. If we can find a break ride before grade 3 ride, then this is a pretty ideal hand. And they are maybe Battle Sisters? Maybe? Or maybe they're just running the Cocoa for the Perfect Guard Chocolat searching effect. If it happens to be the top card of your deck, then you just get it for free. And I'm really not scared of Battle Sisters with breaks, because they go off whether or not you want them. So you may as well just hit them and try to get damage in. Okay, good calls. Oh, alright. You're in crits. And all of a sudden, damage is equal. We lose heal, and they can counterblast one, check the took card. If it is a Battle Sister, then they can add it to hand. That was Taffy, their 10k attacker grade 1. So, we... I've gone Dried Miko, and we can push this turn. We do need to put something down, or we run the risk of taking too much damage too fast. That is a thing.
ダメージチェック。
ヴァンガードにアタック。ドライブチェック。
ダメージチェック。ヒールトリガー。
Okay. It's a timely heal.
スタンド&ドロー。ライト。コール。
Oh, that's Monica. So Count Blast 1, Persona Blast 1, check top 5 cards, add 2 to hand,
頼んだわよ。
and then stack the rest on the bottom. I can't remember if you get to choose the
ヴァンガ
order
ードにアタック。
for Zero's Monica. I believe you do for the real card game version.
ダメージチェッ
Hey,
スキル発動。
congratulations, real limit break. And cut, checks the top card and put it back. So that might have been the Lotus Magus. What am I wanting to do? I'm wanting to ride.
ク。時かなて
Might help.
心の刃。忍法長変化の術。修羅人流歌舞伎混合。
And we are.
頼んだでござる。スキル発動。忍法金縛りの術。
Going to set both off?
頼んだでござる。スキル発動。忍法
Yeah, we can do the bind 4. Yeah, we can do the bind 4 play.
頼んだでござる。スキル発動。忍法金縛りの術。頼んだでござる。アタック。アタック。
ダメージチェック。クリティカルトリガー。
So we got 2 with the Fukis, 1 with the Tabahagane, and we limit break here to get Taffy in the back row. Then we Soul Blast 2 for Kuroko, then Soul Blast 2 and give up our remaining Counter Blast
ダメージチェック。
for Kabuki Kongo to get rid of all 4 of those bound cards. So there is the Wombo combo, or a Wombo combo. We would have preferred not to reduce our own advantage so far with the Fukis, but serviceable. The Monica here is strong. This is going to be really strong for our opponent.
リミックブレイク。
Again! Dang! They had 2 copies in hand for the Persona Blast twice. Or they found one off
して。
the first effect. That also works, but
スキル発動。
oof. Big oof for us.
リアガードにアタッ
And we might get critted for game. That actually might happen. We see 5 crits. We have not seen any draws. We've only seen the crits and the heals, so it might be 9
ク。セ
crits.
カンドチェック。クリティカルトリガー。
Okay. I think that might have been a 9 crit battle system deck, because in Fence they do draw enough. And we get the heal on the wrong damage. They're at 5 damage. It didn't go off because we were at 4 when we got the heal. Okay. That was painful. It's a shame we didn't random bind the Monica. Assuming there was only one there and they found the second one with the first one. Yeah, it's a shame we didn't random bind it and we ended up random binding 2 PGs, which we really didn't, not PGs, random binding 2 grade 3s, which we didn't really care about. Yeah, they were doing nothing defensively. So it's a shame that happened. That said, I'm really not used to playing against people running crits. We only lost 10 points, so they might have been at a higher rank than us. Yes, my thought process is as such. If I can get to Legends 20 with Nubatama, then I'm no longer going to restrict myself to Nubatama for the rest of the fortnight because there's only a few days left, and I need that 4th copy of Zerachiel as much as I still need the 3rd. I haven't gotten to the 3rd yet. Third one yet. Wait, what am I playing against? Aquaforce. Yeah.
Stand up. Vanguard.
Going second against Aquaforce is a bit of a pain, but we might be able to make it work.
Stand and draw.
Interesting. Well, you know what I'm gonna do here. Here, have some damage. Alright, that works. I mean, if this was any other deck, I probably would have just put the starter in the front and then made a 16k column here so that we didn't have to worry about triggers. But this is Nubatama. Okay, so we're going to 2 as well. Wasted heal, but that's fine. No Fuki, so we're going to avoid calling the Tamahagane yet. Tell you what, we're going to try. We are going to try. We might not get it. Wow. Well, that went terribly. Cool, so I'll just hemorrhage advantage this turn. If our opponent has half a brain, they're going to take both of our rear guards out. And it'll be really difficult for us to recover from that. Especially with our current hand. The 2 PGs here. You want to see probably at least 1 PG, maybe 2, but this is way too soon to have 2 in hand. This is going to hurt massively, and our opponent is thinking really hard about this. This turn shouldn't be too hard for you. You put cards down and turn them sideways. Alright, there we go. Diamantis. Okay. So they're going to do the Diamantis thing? Alright, nice. Yes. Now we are definitely losing our rear guards after that defensive. And we are now in a rather precarious position. Yeah. They have a decent sized hand. We can wipe their field this turn, which I think we need to do. I don't think we have an option. We need to get rid of both Diamantis.
孤独に打ち勝ち道を開け。忍法超変化の術、修羅人流くじ切り混合召喚の術、忍法金縛りの術、召喚の術。
Tell you what, I might throw up both the 10Ks. Yeah, I'm going to throw up both the 10Ks.
アタック。リアガードにアタック。ヴァンガードにアタック。ファーストチェックゲット。ドロートリガー。セカンドチェック。
ダメージチェック。
スキル発動。
Get rid of that one Diamantis. For the counterblast 2, it's a bit of an oof, but okay. If we were able to push them to 5 next turn, that would have been really, really good. We can't. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Gonna do this. And if we get the trigger, that's great. If we don't, oh well. But if we can prolong the game a bit, it might be in our favour, is what I wanted to say, but damn, they found a lot of triggers for only being 18, for being 22 cards through that deck. Okay. Okay, this time you're going to 3. This could be really good. Yeah, that heal could be really good. They are out of heals actually now. What were they running it on? Oh, they had it on their Diamantis. Okay. Okay, I want you to go to 5 next turn. How do I play this? How do I play this? I have 2 PGs. I need to make use of those. So, this goes here. And then face. You have more than enough cards in hand to replenish your heals, so it really doesn't matter whether or not I get rid of that rear guard. We do have a problem though. Tetra Drive now has Transcause, Break Ride effect. That forces a random discard from us, which is going to cripple our next turn. Our opponent's trying to figure out how do they get the 4th rearguard attack on board with their current hand. What's the best way of doing it to try and close out the game? They're not going to be able to, but they might be able to cripple our hand and our next turn. Okay. So the Wheel Assault is going to swap that Tetradrive behind the Vanguard into the front row. That's how they're going to get the 4th attack. That's fine. We really don't care about any more PG at this point. Thinking really hard. I'd go the 16 into the Vanguard, if I were you. That's still fine for you. Oh, what? 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 Dude, that was not your that was not your attack order. Whatever your attack order that was not it. I don't know why you swung with the rearguard Tetradrive into the Vanguard before you swung with your Vanguard Tetradrive. So the attack order there should have been so yeah, the Wheel Assault column, as he did at the start, swapped the rearguard Tetradrive to the front. Then the 16 column into my 16 Vanguard. I got defensive, but that's fine. You don't really care about that much because you still have the drive trigger on your Vanguard to go. Then, next attack, after the Wheel Assault column and the 16 column, is to swing with the Vanguard. You do your drive check. If you get your drive trigger, great. So that's the 3rd attack. Then the 4th attack, that's the rearguard Tetradrive in at the Vanguard. It's not going to hit, but then... Is it at the Vanguard? I think it has to be at the Vanguard. Might not have to be, don't quote me on that. And then, when that 4th attack goes off from the rearguard, you then get Tetradrive's effect, which lets you restand itself. So... I don't know what our opponent was doing. That was weird. And even if he had no intention of using Tetradrive's effect, he shouldn't have swung in with his rearguard Tetradrive at our Vanguard, which wouldn't hit. They should have taken out our rearguard Kuchikuri Kongo to reduce our board presence. Yes, we're one win away from Legend 20 and get that 3rd copy of the promo. And then I will have like 3 days to grind from 20 to 30 for the last copy. And this is scary. Dark Irregulars is the deck right now. I will keep that hand. This is relatively stable. I now have no idea what our opponent is playing. So the idea is rush. Okay, that was a Dimension Creeper into Soul, I think. That was a trigger of some variety. PG to the bottom of the deck. It's good information. That is a Dantarian? You're running Dantarian? Really? Why? Alright. I am
コールコールスキル発動忍法金縛りの術
Going to do this. And I'm going to do the Soul Blast 2 for 1 card. Just because I want any early advantage I can get.
Vanguard にアタックダメージチェックゲットドロートリガー
That was not the early advantage I was looking for. Decadent Succubus. Back are you again? When you regards place Soul Charge 1. Nice. Searching for Reiji? Nope, Dantarian. I've not seen the Witching Hour engine yet, I don't think anywhere. So I think this is... This looks like Dantarian, Echo of Nemesis. I'm on reverse? This is an interesting... Very interesting deck.
忍びの道は修羅の道孤独に打ち勝ち道を開け忍法超変化の術
we have completely lost momentum. This is way too much to deal with, basically. The 5 early triggers. We've seen 1 trigger. Wait, yes? Okay, 1's gone to Soul, but I think he's hit everything else. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing because he found the break right. I want him at 4 before he hits grade 3. And push the advantage, but we still... No trigger. Really? Wow. That's really bad. We're gonna lose the Void Master this turn, which is an advantage scant presence we can't afford to lose. I thought I would have been able to get him up to 4. Apparently not. Dang. This is looking very bad. I need to play this turn. Yeah, I just need to go for this. I am very quickly running out of place. Okay, we pulled a PG at random. That's good. So we now have a Soul Blast 2 to -2 our opponent. That's good. Trade away these rear guards, but our opponent is still heavily up in advantage. Okay, that's not something we wanted to see. At this point, because our resources are so low, we really want the game to end fast. Okay, so that's... yeah. Our intercept to go on our opponent. Oh, here's the Witching Hour engine. Yeah, our opponent is wanting to end this sooner than later. And we are going to fall. So, We can -1 our opponent from hand by break riding. Is it worth it? Maybe. Maybe. I can't get rid of that Reiji. That's a thing I can't do. Also, yes, that is Reiji on the heel. But yeah, here we're just going to have to swing with rear guards, hold him at 3 to discourage him from re-riding into something which could actually kill us. And reduce his advantage. So, what's he going to discard? Okay, so he discarded the Reiji. It's good. He has, with the additional copy of Chariot of the Witching Hour, which was added by the one he played, he has 5 heals overall at his disposal, so he has 2 left in deck, or at least 2 unseen. I am about to get clapped by his. I'm about to get clapped by him on his next turn. If I don't play this Interceptor, what happens? He break rides, he has 3 cards in hand, 2 boosters, he can swing 3 times, so I'm hoping for a heal. If I play this, he can maybe retire it with a Gwen on the next turn, or with Amon reverse. I'm pretty boned. I may be boned. Okay, can't push him to 5. If I'd gotten the double trigger here and he got no defensive, then that would have been ideal. But at least we live. Regardless of, it doesn't matter what he does now, we live. So we can Gwen my Interceptor. Oh, Gwen? Gwen? Been a while. Gwen. Alright, nice. Okay, so we have a field, we can push him at 6. Here. Then swing with Vanguard. Vanguard. No, we don't need to do that, we have the numbers. He has 1 heal and 1 draw left. That's a PG out of his hand there. Which means he has 2 yet unseen. Deck of 9, 2 cards in hand. So this feels like he might have another PG in hand. So, and we cannot die this turn. I think all his retiring effects require Counterblast 2. Except for original add-on, if he has that. Echo of Nemesis is 10 or more, we need to discard a grade 3. Okay, he's flattened his deck. So he's actually lowered his chances of hitting a heal. He does chew through all of our defense. He has no defense on board, and he gave up. Okay, that was a game. We were top decking very hard for the majority of that. Forcing the Fuki early was a bit iffy. And just the number of draws he hit early was way too much. That was a a big thing to come back from, but we did it. We got to Legend 20. We now have our second promo copy of Solidified Celestial Zerachiel and another 50 gems. So, between now and Thursday, I'll need to grind the remaining 10 levels. That's going to be an interesting experience to try and do. And I think I will end the stream here, because this has been 3 hours for 2 levels with Nubatama. I'm probably going to leave off the Nubatama for the remaining 3 days. Probably go back to Schwarzschild because it has way more killing power, basically. So, if you want to see us back with Monster Hunter Rise on Friday, which will be the last 6-star village quest and probably the final special license quest, and you're not yet subscribed, please consider doing so and hit the notification button if you would like to do so. And check out my Twitter linked in the description below. As always, thank you very much for watching, and remember, can't say my own outro properly. And remember, I'll be seeing you next time.